I see you waking up early in the morning, rushing to the clock, grabbing your phone, drowning in notifications. Your day begins, but you're running without me. Tell me, where exactly are you running to? Your schedule's packed, alarms, lunch, meetings, posts, but there's no place for me in it. You say, Lord, I don't have time. But I say, son, you've already lost yourself in time without me. In Matthew 6 verse 33, I said, but seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Yet you do the opposite. He does. First all the stuff, then maybe someday the kingdom. You only remember me when something breaks, when your body is sick, when relationships fall apart. Am I not the beginning of your life? Wasn't I the one who woke you up today? Every breath you take, every beat of your heart is my gift. But you see me not as a gift, but as a burden. There was a young man very busy. His business was running. People praised him. He told me, Lord, when I get settled, then I'll serve you. But I said, son, if you get settled without me, then you'll be rich on the outside. And inside he stayed dry. Years passed, his business grew, but his soul withered. One day he said, Lord, I'm tired. I have everything but no peace. I just wanted to be with you from the start. In Revelation 3 verse 20, I said, look, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come in and eat with them, and they with me. I'm standing right here at the door of your life, but you're not listening because your ears are filled with the noise of the world. I see the first light of morning on your phone. It's falling apart. You open your notifications but turn off the blessings. You're busy with work but empty inside. Is this the life I chose for you? Are you really living or just killing time? A little child wakes up and goes straight into his mother's arms. Doesn't ask for anything, doesn't say a word, just stays there. That's how I want you, with me, no agenda, just being together. Because when you start your day with me, the rest of the day fills up with the fragrance of my love. In Bhajan Sanhita 9:04, I said, O Lord, in the morning, fill us with your compassion so that we can celebrate and be joyful all our lives. You think there's no time, but I say if you spend time with me, that time becomes infinite for you. Today, I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm saying you've forgotten, and I'm standing at the door of your heart. Will you open it? When you wake up with the first ray of morning light, the very first breath you take fills your lungs. It's the breath I gave you. Your body shifts, your eyes slowly open, and I'm standing right there with you. Sitting by your bed, looking at your face, I say, son, wake up. I made this day for you too. In Psalm 118 verse 24, I said, this is the day the Lord has made. We're meant to be joyful and glad in it. But what do? You just stare straight at your phone screen. The first name that comes to your lips isn't mine. Your mind wakes up to the world, but your soul stays asleep. If the first breath of your day came with my name, your day would be filled with my strength. I don't ask you to spend hours with me. I just want you to prioritize this. When you open your eyes, look at me first. There was a girl who every morning, as soon as she woke up, looked at herself in the mirror. She fixed her hair, matched her clothes, put on makeup, but deep down, fear stayed hidden. What will people think? One day she came to me broken. She said, Lord, I've done everything, but I still feel lost. I told her, that's because every morning you kept looking at your face but never looked into the eyes of your Creator. In Mark 1 verse 35, I said, very early in the morning, while it was still dark, he got up, went out to a solitary place and prayed. I started doing the same. When I was on earth, I used to spend my mornings with my Father. Why? Because I knew that if the day begins with heaven, then walking on earth becomes easier. Today, I'm inviting you to do the same. No religious rituals, just a simple habit. Wake up in the morning and say my name. In Psalm 53, I said, Lord, in the morning you hear my voice. In the morning I lay my requests before you and wait expectantly. Like a child who, as soon as he wakes up, goes straight into his mother's arms without saying a word, just holding onto her chest. Can you come into my arms like that? And yes, if you are still watching this video, then give a like and subscribe to this channel and set the bell icon to all, so that you get such informative videos first. So let's start now. You can start your morning with me, whatever you do, but the results will only last as long as you keep me present in your actions. You say, Lord, I don't have time. I say, Son, you're not making time. That's why everything's falling apart. Stop right now, close your eyes, and just say, Jesus, I give this day to you. See if something changes. If your mind becomes calm, your heart feels lighter, and your soul recognizes who's with you. In Proverbs 3 verse 6, I said, In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your paths straight. Tomorrow morning, come to me first. Will you watch or just start the same old race again? I see you spend all day reading news, updates, stats, memes, comments. You've got your phone in hand, but my promise isn't in your heart. Your mind seems full, but I know it's still hungry. In Amos 8 verse 11, I said, This is the word of the Lord God. The days are coming when I will send a hunger on the earth, not for bread or water, but a hunger to hear the words of the Lord. And that's the kind of hunger I see in you today. You check your screen before you sleep, and right after you wake up, you do the same thing again. But what about it? Every time you don't read my words, your soul gets a little weaker. There was this really smart young man, up to date on everything politics, business, technology. But when life threw a storm at him, he broke down. He said, I thought I knew it all, but still I fell. I told him, That's because you gained knowledge but didn't put down roots, and roots only grow from my words. In Matthew 7 verses 24 to 25, I said that anyone who hears my words and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on a rock. And when the rains came, the floods rose, and the winds blew, the house stood firm. That house hit a rock but didn't fall because its foundation was built on solid rock. What's your house built on? Instant knowledge or eternal words? Imagine a person walking through the desert, holding fake fruit. It looks colorful and shiny, but when bitten, it's tasteless. He actually needs real food. Yet, he keeps fooling himself with the taste of appearances. Are you doing the same? In Psalm 119 verse 105, I said, Your word is a lamp to my feet and a light to my path. You might think I can't read the word every day. I say, you breathe every day. You do it every day. If you have it, then why do you starve your soul every day? Stop. Did you read my word today? What you call the word isn't just a book. It's me. In John 1 verse 14, I said, In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word became flesh and lived among us. Every time you read my word, you're talking to me. The answers to your questions are right there. The solution to your fears is there. The peace in your relationships is there. Will you listen to the word that came to give you life? You tell others. You want to explain. You want to bring light into their lives. You want to bless them. But inside, your mind is a storm. Your words echo, but they don't make an impact. Your sentences are beautiful, but they lack peace. In Proverbs 15 verse 1, it says, A gentle answer calms anger, but harsh words stir it up. If you're not calm yourself, how can you bring peace to someone else? Your mind keeps racing from one thought to another, from one responsibility to the next, from one worry to another. And when you speak with this restless mind, your words come out broken. People are like vessels that let blessings drip out. There was a woman who loved God deeply. She gave advice, prayed, and preached to everyone. But her own home was falling apart. She told me, "Lord, I speak for everyone else, but I'm breaking inside." I said, "Daughter, you do talk a lot, but you never sit quietly in my presence." In Psalm 46 verse 10, I say, "Be still and know that I am God." Sometimes, true strength comes from silence. Your words gain depth only when they are born out of my silence. When you're in my presence, it becomes calm. That's when my peace comes into you. And when you speak, your words touch the soul. Imagine a pond with a still surface. Every drop that falls creates clear ripples. Now think, if the same pond is stormy, any drop just gets lost. Which kind of mind do you have? In Philippians 4 verses 6 to 7, I said, don't worry about anything. Instead, bring your requests to God through prayer and supplication with thanksgiving. Then God's peace, which goes beyond all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds. Jesus will do it. Now wait, close your eyes and just say, "Lord, I've come to listen." Your mind feels a bit calmer, right? See, this is where the strength begins. Your words become a blessing only when their source is my peace. In Isaiah 5:04, I said, "The Lord Jehovah gave me the anointing of the disciples so I can support the weary through his word. The Almighty wakes me up. He opens the ears of those who listen." Do you open your ears every morning or just keep talking? If you only talk and never listen, your words will soon, they'll end up empty. Do you think of me? But only when you need something. Your prayers aren't really conversations anymore. They've just become a checklist. Lord, do this. Lord, save me from that illness. Lord, get me a job. And then you get up. Without pausing, without listening, without even looking at me. In Matthew 6 verse 7 I said, "When you pray, don't babble on like the pagans do, thinking that by saying more, they'll be heard." I'm not some machine that works on command. I'm your most beloved, your creator, the companion of your heart's depths. Do you even realize that? I want to talk to you. I want you to listen to me, but I also want you to come and listen to me. There was a young man who used to come to me every day. He would say, "Lord, I want this, I want that," and then leave right away. One day I said to him, "Son, don't ask for anything today. Just sit and look into my eyes." He fell silent. For the first time, he felt my love. He cried and said, "Lord, I was only asking for things, but I never realized how much you want to spend time with me." In Bhajan Sangita 278, I said, "When you said, 'Let me see you,' my heart said to you, 'Hey Lord, I want to see you.'" A prayer is just a bunch of words. It'll soon feel like a chore. But when it becomes a meeting, it brings freshness, life, and strength. You say, "Lord, I'm busy. I don't have time." I ask, "Do you even make time for love?" In Luke 5 verse 16, I said he often went off to lonely places to pray. It's like a groom who only talks to his bride by filling out forms every day. Name, address, needs. Would you call that love? Or is love something more?